I'm looking at crude down quite sharply today, Amrita. Why do you think that is? You have a more critical eye as to what is going on here. What is your perception of the price action?
I mean, look, price action, of course, sentiment is super weak. And we've seen that over the course of the last week and even this week. But yesterday, after Prince Abdulaziz's comments about, OPEC Plus are not even considering an output increase, we saw a massive rally, both in crude and in time spreads. And that had continued this morning till we started to get headlines around this price cap. The general confusion, and that's the word I'm going to use in the market, is that with the price cap being touted at around $65 to $70 Brent, or rather, that's the price at which Russia would be selling its oil. Right now, Urals is going at $60-ish. So as soon as the price cap gets set at a higher price than where current Urals prices are, the market just thinks that this will keep Russian oil moving. The reality is the embargo, which the EU is going ahead with on the 5th of December, supersedes the price cap. So the EU will still stop importing Russian oil regardless of the price cap. But of course, the market is very confused about it. And I don't blame it, given the barrage of headlines we've consistently seen over the last few weeks.
So what would you expect to happen in the price action once we all sort this out and we have that understanding about what is going to be a lack of Russian supply?
I think we need to get through 5th of December to make sure that the EU actually goes ahead. I think the market will need proof of that. We also need to chew through a lot of crude that has been built over the course of the last few weeks, I would say, because there's just been a lot of refinery outages. And I think that's kind of been one of those key issues where, even on our balances, I would say that we were expecting a tighter crude market and a weaker products market, but it's been the opposite because there's been so many strikes, so many different issues at refineries. If you look at gasoline, diesel, even fuel oil, every product is really strong, which is unseasonal because usually products come off at this time of the year. So that's kind of, we need refineries back, then we would expect crude to go up, and that's probably going to be early next year.
Amrita, just explain this to me, because I have to say I'm a little confused by the whole picture as well. My understanding was, yes, the embargo is still going ahead, but the cap was designed to prevent Russia selling to others at a higher price.
Yes, but that assumes that the others, India, China...
Yep, sorry, carry on.
Again, so that assumes the other countries are actually accepting the price cap. And even yesterday, you've heard Deputy Prime Minister Novak saying the same thing, that Russia will not sell oil to a nation under the price cap. So this is where, look, what the price cap will do, and some of the easing in the shipping or insurance, particularly some of the wording around it, it does allow Russian oil to continue flowing to the east, potentially with some European insurance. That absolutely does mean more Russian oil could flow east than, say, if you were assuming that you couldn't use Western insurance. But that still remains to be seen, depending on which countries actually accept the price cap. Nobody else other than the G7 has accepted it yet, and we are not expecting that to change.